Well, it is a cold night shaping up across the area once again. Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Thanks for logging on to our long range forecast update. It is Thursday, November the 20th, 2014. We are sponsored tonight by Metal Magic in Washington. Give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless tint repair needs. And of course, be sure to tell him that Southern Indiana Weather sent you. Well, what a snowstorm we had over the weekend. Could we see a repeat of that? We're going to talk about that tonight. Accumulating snow could be in the forecast again, so we'll get down to those details here in a minute. But it's been cold for the past few days, but the good news is I've got some relief for you this weekend. Some rain comes with it, but at least some warmer temperatures before we start to take a potentially even bigger polar plunge than this last one that we have seen. We'll talk about that. By the way, if you follow the weather news at all, then you probably know all about the record-breaking snows up here near the Buffalo area. Portions of the Buffalo area up here, folks, have just seen massive amounts of snows. We're talking 6 and 7 feet accumulations. Yes, you heard me, 6 and 7 feet. Absolutely ridiculous. They still have some lake effect snow bands going on here south of the Buffalo area, where many places picked up another foot or two here of snow today. Absolutely insane and ridiculous totals. Thankfully, we don't have to fight anything of that here right now. Radar is all clear for us. It doesn't look all clear, but it's really just ground clutter that everything is picking up on here. Now, this weekend we'll stand the chance of some rain moving in. Here's what surface map will look like tomorrow. High pressure large and in charge. We'll see probably more of a mostly sunny kind of day. Eventually, though, that high pressure will start to migrate off to our east as we move forward in time. By late Friday night, we could see the chance of a few showers into the area here. Out of the way pretty well for Saturday afternoon, as the high pressure is now well off to our east. Saturday, it looks like I've given it a 40 or 50% chance of precipitation. I don't think it's going to be a complete washout by any means at this point. Sunday, looking like a pretty darn good chance of rain. Here we go into the late night on Saturday night into Sunday morning, but watch this developing low pressure down around Oklahoma rapidly strengthen and move up here. The isobar lines here very close together, folks, and so of course what that indicates is a very windy type of scenario with this for us as well. And as these isobar lines tighten up here, folks, it's going to get not only windy, but just take a look at the heavy rainfall that it brings with us. Would not be surprised at all to see a couple of inches of rain for some of us out of this. And of course, this all leaves the area by the time Sunday night hits and into Monday. Maybe a little bit of lingering rain on Monday morning, according to this particular model. Tries to transition to some light snow showers at the end for some of us, but not for all of us. Nothing would stick. It moves out too fast before anything comes in there beyond that. Let's time it out on the high resolution NAM future radar here, folks, just to give you an idea of what's going on. As we go throughout our night tonight, some light showers down to our south, but nothing here. Here that rain starts to move in late on on Friday night into Saturday. And you see here for Saturday just a very spotty kind of a shower chance. Not everybody will get wet, and it's really just not an aggressive chance at all. There's the big deluge of rain down to our south, and that's Sunday at 1 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning, 1 a.m., folks, and that will eventually come our way during the day on Sunday. It's just going to take a little while to get here. Sunday looks like by far the wettest day around here. Now, temperature-wise, not going to be bad. We're going to go up to near the 50-degree mark on Saturday, near the 60-degree mark on Sunday. You can't beat that after where we've been. Beyond that, though, it looks like we're going to have another big cool down, and by the time next Thanksgiving Day hits Thursday, Friday, we're talking the potential for some more accumulating snow. Now, the models vary widely on this. Here is what the GFS says, and this, by the way, is for Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, overnight into Friday morning. So Black Friday could get interesting for some folks out there. You can see on the GFS model some accumulating snow to our north. This is not a very strong chance of accumulating snow. It would be very light in this particular model. Not a whole lot of accumulation, really nothing here for most of southern Indiana. Just maybe a quick half inch or a dusting up to our north. And that's about it with the GFS model. Just not a whole lot to write home about there. Now the Euro model, completely different scenario. Much stronger with this, develops a low out of Colorado. Arctic high pressure comes down and just sort of pushes that low to the south, and then it rides up a cold front over towards us. As it does, it just trains moisture over us. This would lead to a pretty decent accumulating snow event if this is right. Canadian model sees things a little bit differently as well. This actually is for Wednesday rather than for Thursday night. It speeds up the process a little bit. Does have a bit of an accumulating snow, not a very big one here with us, as it's in and out pretty quickly with this, and then clears everything up nicely for Friday. So the big question is, how much snow could we be talking about? Well, depends on the model. If you believe the Euro model here, well, the Euro model would absolutely hammer us with some snows. We're talking 4 and 5 inch snow totals potentially across the area. Is that very believable at this point? Well, it's a crapshoot this far out, folks. It's 7-8 days away at this point. So I will say the Euro model is in its element right now. The Euro excels at medium range forecasting, so anything within that day 4 or 5 starting all the way up to about the 7-8 day time frame, somewhere right around in there. That's what the Euro excels at, and so we're within the medium range time frame that the model was built for, and does a lot better than the GFS does in those medium range time frames typically. So we'll see. I think it could be it's a little too early to say that we're definitely going to get accumulating snow, but what we can say right now is definitely that there is a chance of it. Canadians' idea of things, by the way, is a very light snow total. You don't get to the 2 inch totals until you get over here towards Ohio. Would put us on the order of an inch or less, maybe just a shade more than an inch in a few places around the area, but those would be more isolated. I won't even show you the GFS version of it because, well, yeah, I will. I'll show you the GFS version just to show you that it's not much at this point, folks. It's on the order of a light dusting over the area and keeps the snow to the north. The new high-res GFS, by the way, I won't show you that one because the new high-res GFS doesn't give us any snow chance at all. It completely destroys the low pressure that comes out of Colorado, completely destroys it due to the Arctic high, and sort of gives absolutely nothing even close for the area. So again, wide varieties in model differences right now. It's something that we're going to keep an eye on over the coming days, but right now, let's not get too excited about it yet. Just know that it's on the radar screen. Of course, the big thing is everybody has plans for Thanksgiving. A lot of people go out of town, so if we could have a snowstorm hit, well, this would be one of those days that it would not be the greatest for it to hit, shall we say. It does fit the pattern, though, if you believe the teleconnections. The Euro model has the Arctic oscillation going negative during that time frame again. So again, that is cold air on the move from Canada down into us, so the cold air would certainly be there. And the North Atlantic oscillation, the NAO index, basically this shuts down the North Atlantic Ocean. It slows down storms. Instead of storms being able to go straight out to sea, they have to go up the eastern seaboard. That's how they get their nor'easters, typically from a negative NAO. Negative NAO slows systems down, make things go much slower. That accumulates more snow over us if you have those type of a chance. The whole reason that we got the snow that we did this past time, by the way, is because we had a strongly negative NAO. If that hadn't been negative, folks, that would have moved in and out very quickly, and we would have had an inch or less of snow area wide. But some of us ended up with 5 and 6 inches of snow because that negative NAO put the brakes on the system. It slowed down and it stayed over us enough to dump some things. It was able to phase up with the southern branch or a little bit of the jet stream and pump some of that Gulf moisture up towards us. Could that happen again? Well, you can see the NAO is headed more in that sort of a fashion again. We'd be looking right about in here where it's negative, briefly positive, going back negative again. So again, some cause for concerns right there. It's something that we are just going to have to keep an eye on. Again, it's not something that we can say completely 100% will happen, but we'll keep an eye on it, and of course we'll keep you updated in the coming days. Now, beyond this, brutal cold air could be on the way, folks, and this is something that, this could be even bigger than the snow, especially if we get any of the snow. Take a look at what the Canadian model is doing with our temperatures behind this potential system for next Saturday, the day after Black Friday. It takes our temperatures into the low single digits across the area. By the next morning, by that Sunday morning, it invades below zero temperatures here into central and northern Indiana. Now, this would, of course, be just barbaric cold air any time of the year, but for Pete's stinking sake, this is November, so of course, do I believe this right now? Not yet, but then again, I will say this: the Canadian model that I'm showing you here was the first to sniff out the below zero temperatures last January. And, about a week, 10 days in advance, whenever I'm seeing this, I laughed at that model and said, oh, come on, are you kidding me? Yeah, right, we never see below zero temperatures around here. We'll just see how this does. It kept consistently saying it, then the other models jumped on board. Well, right now, the Canadian's the only model saying this. Are the other models going to jump on board? We'll see. It's too early to tell right now, but it sniffed it out again in January. Is it sniffing out something again? Again, that's something that we're going to have to watch. It's not a guarantee at this point. Just putting it out there on the radar screen, folks. Right now, we've got the potential for a snowstorm around Turkey Day and some brutally cold air coming up behind it. Neither one is guaranteed, folks, but it's a busy period here in the Southern Indiana Weather Office, and we'll keep an eye on these things and keep you updated. By the way, just to show you the GFS ensembles, do not agree with the brutally cold air. In fact, they take our temperatures mid-20s to low 30s during that time frame. They actually warm us back into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees after Turkey Day and and keep the cool down pretty brief here for us. This is not supported by some of the other models, though. The Euro model and the Canadian model seems to want to keep us in a much colder pattern for this. Remember this: the Arctic Oscillation going strongly negative like this all the way towards the beginning of December. I can guarantee you, if this ends up verifying, folks, that's not going to happen. That's just the bottom. All right, let's go ahead then with that, and let's take a look at your 10-day forecast, folks. Again, like I said, very complicated forecast. So how do you mesh up different models not agreeing? Well, you do so very carefully. Excuse me. All right, my apologies there, folks. Got in a coughing spell. Here's where we're headed to. By the way, for tomorrow, a beautiful sunshiny day. Enjoy it. Temperatures back near 40 degrees again. Look at this, though. 53 on Saturday. Again, some scattered showers. 50% chance may be just a little bit high. The better chance is going to come in the morning. It very much is going to be more of a popcorn shower kind of a day. Better chances move in a little bit on Sunday, though, as we go up to a 70% chance. I do think we may even see a few rumbles of thunder with that. I'm not expecting severe weather, really, with this, but I do believe we're going to go pretty warm with a good amount of rain. By the time Monday moves through, we got some rain to go through early in the morning. Temperatures will turn to the northwest during the afternoon. I've got here for the southwest at 5 to 10. That'll be early in the morning. They'll turn to the northwest behind the cold front. Temperatures will actually fall. I have around 48 as you wake up on Monday morning, and they'll slowly fall throughout the daytime. By the time we get to the Monday night, hitting down to around 35 degrees. Then we go into the low 40s only for a high on Tuesday. By Wednesday, only into the 30s. Here we come by the time Turkey Day. And how do I handle this after everything that you've seen in the models? Here's what we're just going to say, folks. For Turkey Day night, cloudy with a chance of snow showers. Put a snow accumulation with a question mark. Right now, again, the models are up in the air. It's not something that we can put in stone, but we'll mention it in the forecast. I'm not going to give you specific amounts. I showed you the Euro model. You can see that it's insane with its snow totals. However, I also showed you the GFS and the Canadian models, which were much lighter. So accumulating snow, could we get an inch or two out or more out of this? It's possible, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be able to fine-tune those details in coming days, and we'll put it that way. Either way, it looks cold by the time you get on Thursday, folks. I only think that we're going up into the low 30s on Thursday. Could be some some snow accumulation with that. And if we do get any snow accumulation, folks, it's going to be even colder with that. I'm not going below zero, by the way, on Saturday night. I've only put it down to 15. I'm not agreeing with the Canadian model yet. I'm just showing you that to say that it's one of the options out there that we'll be keeping an eye on in the coming days, but I don't believe it at this point just yet. Maybe if there's some better model agreement, I might give some credence to it. But for right now, we'll go down to the teens for our lows. Either way, folks, cold weather is coming back. So enjoy the rain that we end up with this weekend, because the reality of it is warm weather is not going to last for long. You know what the old rule of forecasting is during winter weather. Whenever you see a big warm-up, beware of what comes behind the big warm-up. Big warm-ups are usually caused by a big ridge that moves over us. A highly amplified ridge is followed by an equally highly amplified trough, and that usually brings very cold weather with it. So extremes usually follow extremes. That's one of those general rules of forecasting, folks. So again, 30 degrees for a high temperature. Yep, that's way below normal. Our normal should be 54 or so right now today. By the time you end the month, our normal would be closer to 49 or 50 still, 10 or 15 degrees potentially below normal. That's pretty cold, and winter is only beginning, and it's not even really winter yet, is it, folks? It's only November. Long way to go. Keep it tuned right here to southernindianaweather.com all winter long, folks. Be sure you download our mobile app as well. You can download it for Google Play and Android. Just search for southernindianaweather.com in your favorite app store, and you'll be able to get that. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite with your long-range forecast. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you next time.